everyone. Welcome to your Schmoe. We are back, and it's been a really fun week of Schmoe Down. Some great matches, a really good pay-per-view, arguably one of the best we've seen in a while. And I'm really excited to talk through everything we've seen this week, as usual. As you can see, we are a man down. Matt is away this week because he's very busy being a good student, studying, which is fine, and we wish him well. And I'm sure he'll be back when he has some more time. I'm going to be in and out as well today. I have family things going on, but it's all good. I will be here to showcase my prediction league later and talk through some of the matches we've got on today. Thomas has joined us. Hello, Thomas. Good to see you again.
Hi, Thomas.
I know you're my number one fan, so I'm really pleased to see you joining us for another week.
Stop stealing my people.
So I guess we'll start with what we usually start with, which is the pay-per-view. Amazing matches. I guess, shall we start with the... we've lost Ben now, so it's just two of us, Teresa. Isn't that exciting?
So great.
I'm sure you're so pleased about that.
Yeah, I'm pleased right now because you're still here. When you're not here, that will be different, but okay.
Oh, you're stuck with me for a bit. We're gonna have a great time together.
So happy about it. Always.
Yeah, I know. I'm your favourite. So
yes.
let's crack on, shall we? I think we should start with the first match of. Oh, before I do that, obviously, we will be talking big old spoilers.
Yes.
So I'm gonna pop that up now. You've been warned. So here we go. First match we're going to discuss. I think we should start with the first match of the pay-per-view.
Yes, we should.
We all had so much faith in Oyama, and he played really well. But I think we all discounted Irving too much. In our prediction league, we all went for Oyama, and we kind of didn't even question it.
I would still go with Oyama. I just hope his math is better next time. Like, I was very sure in his competitive skills and in his knowledge, which I think was there, and he could have won that match. But when he was thinking about going to the multiple choice in that third question, I was like, dude, don't do it. You can't do it. He's going to answer his 5. Don't. And then he did it, and I was like, okay, well, that was the match. And... Yeah. I completely understand. Like, this is no judgment for me. Like, my math is terrible on normal occasions. So if I'm under stress, if I'm under pressure, if I'm not sure about an answer and have to like decide if I want to guess or not, I probably would like panic like he did. But if he didn't, he would at least go to sudden death, and I have a lot of trust. I have a lot of trust in him, like winning the match there. So I'm sorry this happens to him, because like I know this will be a thing he will think about for a while. This is like one of those. We had the same or similar thing happen in the Ace match, where I think like it will be damn if I didn't make this mistake. So just a little thing that happened. Unfortunately, the release date questions were really tough, I think. And he did so well, but wasn't able to take the opportunity. I know he will one day. I know it's really close for him. Like, the tournament is shaping up, guys, like with all of the people that lost. If they are going in, like if you have Oyama, if you have Collins, if you have Janine, like that will be a crazy thing to see, I think. And I'm hopeful he will do better in his next match. It just seems like it's not happening for my guys. This
Let's not forget as well, he's got a shot waiting whenever he wants it.
It's true, but he won't talk about it now, Jen.
Yeah. I feel like he'll wait till the end of the year. I think it might be a collision thing.
I think he hinted about the same thing. I think it will seem like the match is happening like right after another match. I think it will.
Yeah,
like when we don't expect it at all.
I think it like exactly what you just said. I think it will happen at Spectacular. I just don't know if it will be for final exam or for his singles. I'm not sure how he's going to use it yet, but I'm pleased he has that in his locker, because he's definitely one of these players who is capable of winning the title on his day. And I think it was just a maths problem, like you said. I think he probably could have pulled that release date question.
It's similar like with Mara in the IG match.
Yeah.
Like if she bet, yeah.
It was, and he knows as well. It as he said, it could be. It wouldn't matter if it was 1 point or 4 point difference. If it's within that 5, and you're playing Erwin, there's a high likelihood he's going to go perfect. So it has to be within 1 to 4. It's not going to make a difference, because he's just not going to miss 2 or 3 most realistically, and that's exactly what happened. But we have to give credit to Erwin as well. He got opponent's choice. He navigated it really well. He only missed 1, and that was stolen. But then he was able to get the steal back from Oyama.
Yeah.
So I think I need to give him some credit. He pulled through on a category that he obviously isn't amazing in, yet he was able to get 5 points, was it? I think, out of 8, which is really good going. And then he stole right back the question he missed. So Erwin, I'm going to have to seriously think about whether I think he's going to beat Bateman. I'm not sure yet, but it's going to be a tough prediction, that one. I don't want to keep ruling him out like I did. I think I'm going to have to think about it more than I did for Oyama.
Yeah.
Then what were your thoughts?
I thought it was an amazing match. Both went perfect, if I remember correctly, in the first round. So that was amazing. And kind of started the title of our show, the Quadruple. I'm frozen.
No,
you're good. You're good.
The Quadruple Drewberry. So that was quite fun. I enjoyed this match. I do think that recently Ethan Irwin hasn't gone so perfect as of late. I think this was kind of an anomaly, and he's almost inconsistent in his play. But maybe this is him getting back into it.
I
think he's played pretty well.
He's one of the most consistent. Like it's not always. It doesn't always translate to wins. But it's like saying like Paul Oyama or Roka had a bad season last season, but they didn't. They played really well. Like the Ethan Roka sudden death match, that's a loss, but he played amazingly. I think Ethan plays consistently on a very good level. I don't think I saw him had like a bad match, TKO, KO, or they did with Liz, but that's a little different. I just if he's going against somebody from like the top 10, and it's one of the like studiers and people really want it, I will probably always go against him with people like Oyama, or I just don't know. I know he can win these matches.
Wow.
But
that's a
does
really
anyone have a record that good other than Dan?
Oh, I just wanted to say Dan is 18-6, but he plays really well. I just am surprised he doesn't have more titles already, and I think that's because he doesn't study as much as other people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is probably why he'll lose to Bateman.
That's probably why I'm going to go for Bateman, even though I think like Ethan has much bigger knowledge. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Ethan. I think he's going to do it. I may be playing my cards early here, but and maybe I shouldn't in terms of our prediction league. But I think I may slightly be picking Ethan against Bateman. I just got a feeling.
Yeah, I think it's one of those like 51-49. I just don't know who has the 51.
And Usual Suspects really need him to pull something
and
out.
really doesn't now.
Dungeon are fine. Like Bateman will go on to play Moral. It's win-win for them,
Yeah.
But if Owen can do something for Suspects, it makes the race a bit more interesting as well in terms of the faction stand-ins.
Okay, I have a question since like Matt isn't here and it might be slightly shorter episode because you will pop in and out. Something completely unrelated. What do you think happens if Paul like pulls out the free for all card after a title match? Will let's say it's Dan and he defends and Oyama comes after his match and says he wants to play him. If Merle wins again, does he get 14 points or like double the?
Yeah, it should do.
Yeah. So if Oyama pulls his thing, and Dan gets his thing, let's say he goes against Erwin at Collision, and then Oyama pulls out his free for all card. If Dan defends against Ethan. Then he has 8 points. If he defends against Oyama again, he gets another 8 points. So that's 16 points for his back.
No, won't he get one more though?
No,
that's what I mean.
For every defense.
It's 8 because
that would be too much.
It's 7 plus the one defense for the defense.
Right. Okay, I misunderstood that then.
And the other thing is, did we highlight this? Did we? I'm not sure. I'm like, did we skip over it?
I did see, and I decided to just ignore that comment.
I thought you guys highlighted it while I was dealing with my internet issues.
No. Liam just pretended it didn't happen, but we love our fans, so.
Oh well, that's not bad either. Not bad either.
Yeah. Bateman wasn't great when he started in the league. He's become great. So
he has to improve his record. Yeah, he's like in all of his matches, I think like from last year, this year, maybe 3 years, like his record is amazing. He had to repair quite a bit of damage.
Speaking of Mr. Bateman, let's move on to the second match of the evening.
The mob boss.
Roker Bateman. Okay. Well, I know he lost, but I have to say I was really impressed with Roker. I kind of I'm not to belittle the achievement of either, but I kind of expected that level of play from Bateman. He's been doing that for the last sort of 2 years. I didn't expect. Oh, here he comes.
Oh no!
I didn't expect Roker to be able to play perfect like he did minus the 5. So I was really impressed with Roker, even though he lost. But yeah, when he went to sudden death, I kind of had a feeling it was going to go Bateman's way. He seems to just have a stronger overall knowledge. But pretty well played by both of them. And we've got someone joining the Euroschmoe crew, who I'm sure wants to talk on this one. So Beneko, take it away.
You beat Liz twice, you lost to Ben twice. That's how it goes.
Okay, wow.
So is that it from Beneko?
Strong words.
Not quite. Beneko was impressed by the perfection, but Beneko did fall asleep midway through the overtime. Sorry.
Okay.
I don't really know how to go from that, so I'm just going to transition to Teresa.
Yeah, Beneko, do you have something to add, or?
Beneko is proud of Ben for dealing with stupid Roker, but yes.
Okay.
Beneko will apologize for always being mean to Roker because he seemed upset by it on the interview, but he was mean to everyone else, so he gets what goes around comes around.
Okay, justice served. The MVP of this match definitely was John Finstock. Kaiser, thank you so much for those transitions from Finstock to Roka to normal Kaiser before sudden death. because he like needed to do some managing. But that's my favorite part of the show. I really hope we will see John Finstock back. From the promos, this was a really epic match. This was probably one of my favorite promos ever. Their story, their history is so rich, and there's a lot of stuff that happened between them. And they are both like staples of Schmoe. They're both been here for such a long time. They are both involved with the community. They both play great characters. So I expected like the most heated match ever, and then Roka was like, "No, F it, I'm not gonna do it." And I'm glad, because it showed in his game. I think Ben normally is kind of easily able to rattle him, and it didn't happen. And I think like Ben noticed after like the second round when Roka was pretending to sleep, he just didn't. He was like, well, he's not catching on, and I'm not going to like ruin my game because I did this too much. So from there on, it was like a pretty straight match. I didn't see Roka this zen for a long time, which I think is scary, because I think the first time it happened when he started to wear the mask and like be very calm, I think he won the title for the first time, when he was like, okay, so I maybe put like too much into the character and I have to focus on myself. And if he's doing it now, like, great for him, great for Finstock Exchange. This was such a close match. Sudden death. I expected Bateman to win before, so I think Roka like showed some real knowledge, some real skills in the game. But I'm so glad that Bateman won, because all of my people are losing and I'm not happy about it. And like when Oyama lost, I was like, oh, well, I'm probably never going to be cheering for Ethan. Like, I'm sorry, he's really cool, he's awesome, I like him a lot, but he's not the person I'm like very passionate about. Bateman, I know how much he wants this. I know, like, for all of he did in the league, I think he deserves more. He has one belt. People are starting to make fun of it, that it, like, was it a fluke? Which I think it wasn't. I think it's obvious, but you know. So I kind of want him to get it now, and not choke against Dan again.
Oh,
if he goes for Ethan.
He's definitely going to choke.
He's going to choke against Dan. Yeah.
He's going to gain his 6-point lead.
That's the problem with having Dan be champion every blooming year.
I just don't think it's going to change, though. He just finds a way to win.
Crazy. Like look at his team's record. Like, it's not really that good. Then it's like 10-7 in teams. So it's not that I actually think we have so many talented people now that it's impressive that it's still happening. Like, I understood like 2 years ago, but that it's still happening now, him having title every year, that's crazy. I think it's going to change. I think he's going to maybe like go more into teams and maybe try the IG, because you know he already achieved so much in singles.
That'd be a good thing if he was to lose the belt. I think if he like lost the belt and wasn't in contendership like for a while, I think we'll see him give IG a better crack. I think whilst he's singles champion, he just hasn't got the time for it. But I would like to see what he can do in that league.
And that's why he's doing it this way, because we saw like when Mike went for the whole Mikey free belts. If you stretch yourself too thin, it's not ever gonna pay off. But he said multiple times that if he lost the belt, like you said, he might think about it more. So I want that. So
I feel like that either way it would be good for us as fans.
Yes,
so,
I agree.
Because I think we'll see Collins now in the IG, and I'm excited to see what he can do.
Oh, if they had their first match against each other.
Do you think if Ben loses to Dan, he'll be in the tournament, and if Dan loses to Ben, he'll be in the tournament?
Yeah, I was just thinking about who would go into the tournament. I guess it depends when they start doing it. I don't know if it'll be if it's art. Depends if it's before or after the title shot. I'm thinking it's going to be after, but I don't know. And that'll
probably be after because, yeah,
it would make sense. I mean, Roka's looking like he'll go into the tournament now, and I kind of want him to have a better run because last year he got Collins, which didn't go too well for him. And
it would be interesting if he got another rookie and got kicked out again.
Yeah, I think he deserves a chance to be able to have a good run. And obviously, like anyone can win on the day, but he came against Collins, who was unstoppable in that tournament last year. So I guess that makes sense. I kind of want to see Dan in the tournament because I don't think we've seen him in a singles tournament.
We saw him like
ever.
once.
No.
We saw him once.
Really?
It was when he came back after he lost to Guy. And he like won 2 matches and then lost to Ethan and then went spectacular to play for #1 contenders against Clark, and then he won his belt back the next year. But we saw him once and it was kind of a short tournament. So
I kind of just want to see him in a tournament.
Yeah, me
like
too.
A
That's
singles
like with
tournament.
Alex Damon in Star Wars. I want to see him in a tournament. Same with Dan.
Yeah, so I guess that would be a good thing about him losing the belt.
Yeah.
I also think like it's a hard one because I think Ethan is probably suspect's best shot of getting points. So it'd be good to have him in the tournament. But then I know you get more points for a belt.
Tournament and you have Liz and Drew, you might be happy that you don't have to think about who of those 3 goes in. Because Liz did really well. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't want to guess. I know there probably will be 2 person, but I don't know if there will be 2 tournaments or I just don't know.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. Wait and see. Okay, I do want to move on. I need to talk about a match which really bugged me and really upset me.
Really?
I took a punt last week. And I so very nearly paid off. I was the only one.
I know that feeling.
Yeah, we'll get to.
How do you? You've never lost.
Can't spell later, but I really thought Ace was going to do it. And when the match began, I was like, I think there was a point he was 1 up early, and I was like, oh my god, he's going to do it. He's going to do it. He's going to do it. Okay, I was on the edge of my seat. And I knew if he won, I'd only be tied on 1 point off Teresa. So it would have been a real good one for me to win, being the only one who picked Ace in terms of prediction league. And if he just said killed younglings and not killing younglings, he would be in the final, and that really upsets me. The bloody younglings, it's their fault. It's their fault. Oh. Anakin was right to destroy them. That's what I'm going to say. Because if he...
Really?
I just wish...
Wow.
No, I'm kidding.
You could have a Charizard next week. Buy your red lightsaber for...
No, I'm kidding. But it was a really, really good match. Really good match. They both showed like they are top tier Star Wars players. They are on the level of the Damons and the Dimalantas, and on their day could win. I think there's like the 6 people in Star Wars League who are like up there, and you have to be playing to your high standard every single match to win a match, and you can see that from this one.
Yeah.
And it just went Harper's way this time. I was just upset because I wanted Ace to do it. I love Ace. He's just such a nice person. He's so cheery. And I'm happy for Harper. Harper's got a lot of crap unjustifiably, and he doesn't deserve it. He's an amazing player, and I love his dynamic with Kate. But I just wanted Ace to do it, so I'm a bit gutted.
Okay, I have a comment. Did you see Rundown this week, Liam?
No, I haven't.
Okay, so I think Harper was there, and he was talking about the first question. Or the second question with the younglings. The question was worded really weirdly, and there was a conversation there where there even was said killing younglings one time, and it wasn't like, and he had a different answer, but he thought like someone else said it, that it's just a weird question, and he didn't challenge because he was like, okay, we both lost this point. Because before I was like, also, yeah, well, Ace, if he remembered this, he would got it. But I think if he got it, then Harper might have challenged and still it wouldn't go on. So I'm just like, I know.
It does make me feel a little bit better knowing that.
Yeah. And I don't know.
There was definitely
precise,
stuff
like,
going on with that question because it cut, didn't it? It cut away. So obviously they had a conversation about it, and it was a very weirdly worded question. It was confusing. I didn't know what part of Padme's speech did they want
exactly.
Yeah. And I understand Harper's answer because that went through my head, and I understand why he would have gone for that because there's different parts in that movie where it could have been. So it was just I think it was just write that one off.
Yeah, it reminded me of like when Dimalanta challenged in the title match when he was like, yeah, but they also said this.
Yeah,
and how am I supposed to know exactly what you're going for? So I think that, and it happens sometimes in Star Wars. Like it must be so hard to write a question for that.
Specific,
that's like,
of course.
That's like not a knock on the question writers. You're amazing. That's not happening. It's just that I think like I know Liam was like
I was just
not very happy about how it went, so I wanted to tell him that it might still go that way.
I will say I think this sort of shows even more that they need to put Mandalorian in this league, and like I think live action Star Wars TV, not the animated shows, although I would personally like that, but I just think that'd be too much to cover because there's like 5 seasons of Clone Wars and 4 seasons of Rebels. That's a lot, but like there's 2 seasons of Mandalorian, they're like 30 minutes and 8 episodes or something. I think that's justifiable. And Mandalorian is so big in pop culture, and Star Wars is probably bigger than some of the movies at the moment. I think it makes a lot of sense to put them. I mean, Baby Yoda is everywhere. I mean, even in the match, he played a part. So, you know, I think I want to see live action Star Wars
what
TV.
Did General Mulligan call him?
Goggy or something. I can't remember. It was not Grogu.
But I loved it a bit. I love I know she loves Mandalorian, so that's why she has a lot of Mandalorian shirts. But
to be fair, Thomas, I answered the same as Harper when I was listening to the question.
Yeah, that's the I do think like if Ace was correct, they would probably challenge. I know like Kate said something to Harper like it does, because it's true. If they got another question, only he might miss and Ace would get it. So it would be, so they let it go. And we're like, oh, okay, nobody's perfect. It's happening this way. And then they both missed, but different questions. So I like this match because of it. I like that Harper is no longer
Which I will say
always
to
perfect.
To that point, it was nice to see him miss because it shows how he can recover from that miss. And he recovered really, really well from that miss. So,
and to be fair, that wasn't the only miss. He did miss another question.
Yeah.
Which shows he's human.
Yes.
And so did Ace.
And can recover.
They both missed another one. Yes, exactly.
And I like his approach much more. Like he said it multiple times. So like, I'm going to miss. People like Alex Damon miss. People like Dimalanta miss. Everyone misses.
Yeah.
So I'm glad he doesn't have the added pressure of going perfect every time on him. Yeah. I do love Harper. So, and I love General Mulligan. I like Colonel Carrots. Great. The promo was all done like military style. He was judging if squad leader was like, he overranks squad leader. I love that. I think it's brilliant how he uses it with his character, and it is a sweetheart. He's awesome, and he played that way. This just showed how good both of them are, and it could go either way. And Harper just got it this time, and Ace got it last time. So I'm not mad. I'm glad that Harper is going there. I really don't know what happens next, but he's amazing, and I love him for this league. So I hope he continues going through
So
this
he'll
tournament.
play Gold Leader or Zach, right? That'll be the final.
Yeah. Yep.
He'll
be facing Zach.
Yeah, and
I'm not so
both
sure.
Matches sound great. Like 2 Dragon players go against each other in the end of a tournament, or Gold Leader. Yeah. Okay.
We'll see. I'm gonna shoot for a bit. I'll be back in like 15 minutes, hopefully. So I'll leave you to talk about the other matches. Oh, and
cool.
Just before I go, I won't be back. So JT won.
You suck.
Bye. Bye. Go. Just go. We don't need him anymore.
Yes, especially after that comment.
Yeah. We don't like people like him, so he's not coming back ever. So are we going to do? Okay. So the next
we're going to talk about this one, which was a hell of a match.
It was.
Parker's going perfect.
I'm just going to say, Thomas, I saw your tweet and I skipped through the parts where they were talking and where the the faction standings and stuff, and tried to when I thought I heard someone talk about something that might spoil the Zach Gold Leader match. So I don't know what happened. I don't know.
I actually think in the edit they put up the faction standings
maybe
so that they didn't have the comments of who won, and it wasn't another
that match was
5 minutes of black.
And they pulled it again, the match, and then they uploaded again. So maybe I just saw the later version, but I'm glad I don't have it spoiled. But it happens.
It happens.
How many matches they tape.
These things happen. Everyone else went with Gold Leader, so we know. If it is Gold Leader that won, then congratulations, Thomas. If it isn't, then ha 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 ha. But thankfully I wasn't spoiled. But so thankfully I wasn't spoiled with over who won. But
we are lucky because I hate spoilers.
Yep, you've already been spoiled too much this year.
By my friends. That's great.
Yes. Sorry.
Okay, let's talk some Parker Ellison.
Yes.
Great match.
That was amazing. I think any given... I think this is another one where I think it could go 50-50 depending on the day who would win. I think Ellison has shown that even though he's a singles guy or a teams guy, he can still do well in IG. I think he's if you have your IG competitor tiers, he's probably like a tier 2, right after Mike, Mora, and Chandru. So and Parker even. But we'll see how Parker handles not going perfect next time, because so far we haven't seen if he can handle getting a question wrong.
Yeah, that's the one thing I'm afraid for Parker. It kind of happened to him last year. He didn't miss a point this year yet. He's like 36 for 36. So I know that's great. I just wouldn't harp that much on it. I just wouldn't talk about being perfect that match. But maybe maybe that's not his mentality. Maybe he will be okay if he misses a point. I'm just scared that because the matches are tougher if you play for number one contenders or championship.
It's what? Like Mike said. Yeah. Like Mike said in the post Mara interview, he said if you want to go perfect, that puts a hell of a burden on you, and you put that pressure on yourself to stay perfect. So
yeah, that's what I'm scared. I'm scared about when he goes against Chandru, and let's say there are harder questions because it's number one contenders
It will be Thomas
match.
for sure.
Yeah, I think so. It's a number one contenders in IG, so it will be a little bit harder, I think. It's like the championship matches are always a little bit harder, so I just hope he's prepared and that it won't like. I know someone talked about it. I think the kid Brendan Meyer talked about it on backstage. Like, did he misses one, but only misses one, not like miss two because of it, because he missed one. Because it can like shake you when you have your first miss, and I don't want that to happen. Because I kind of want Parker to go all the way this time. So I hope he's able to do it. I don't know what to say. He's a great player. I really love him. I'm in awe of how great he's playing, because like the IG matches this year, there's not many like perfect rounds.
Yeah.
First ones, second ones. It's not happening that much this year. So I think it's even more impressive that Parker keeps doing it. But yeah, and Chance, he's a free division player, and he's awesome in every one of them. Like, he didn't beat Parker this time, but last year it happened to him. He beat Kalinowski last year. Like, we know he can do it. I just think this year is maybe his year more in like singles and teams, and that's great because he can focus on that. So I expect to see much more of him.
Doesn't he have a singles match coming up as well?
Yeah, he does. It's with, I think, Lon Harris, right?
Okay. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, that's a toughie for me. Because I risked Lon Harris once and it paid off. So now I really don't know what to do. We'll see. Okay. So that's my thoughts about the match. Liam.
Hello.
You came back quickly.
I know. My family left me, so it's all good.
Typical.
They just went. I didn't realize they'd gone, so I thought they were going to say hello, but it's all right. I'm not loved. So Chance.
Oh, wow.
I'm joking.
We love you.
Why?
I wondered after watching this match how good his Chance in Star was. Because I just, could you imagine if I reckon he's pretty good. I reckon he could hang in that league as well. We've never seen a 4-division player, have we? I think Haas might be one.
No, Haas might be one, yeah. But I do think like people like Oyama, Chance, maybe even like the people who study with, I think Paul was probably one of the people who helped Ace the most last year.
Yeah.
And maybe Chandru. So I wonder about these players. Like, I might want to see like an IG Star Wars match, like with Chance
I'm also
against
don't
Paul.
worry.
Or
that'd be good.
I think he might be quite good. I don't think he's like on level of Laura Kelly, but I think he could hang.
Yeah, I do. I think he could get a win here or there against some people. But I would love
to see Chance. Sorry, I would love to see Chance have his dream of being the first player to get a win in all 4 divisions. That would be amazing.
I know Chance lost this match, but I'm just so impressed with him and Oyama that just to be able to play that well in your, I guess, second division. It's not his main division, and then he ran the tournament last year. He's just so good. And
if Oyama didn't go against him in his first match, I think he might won a few matches too.
Yeah,
that sucks.
It's crazy.
It was such a close match between them.
And then like Parker only beat him by playing perfect.
Yeah.
So it kind of says it all.
He missed one question. Yeah.
It's hard not to pick Parker for me against Chandru, and but I also think I'm probably got some recency bias, because
you have
Chandru's last match, he played well, but like he missed quite a lot. But the championship matches are a lot harder. I think the questions are more difficult. So I don't think it's fair to judge him only on that. But I just think it's hard not to pick Parker for me because the way he's played in his first 2 matches, like he has been perfect. So how can you not pick that? But I don't know. I'm gonna mute myself for a minute because something's happening.
Okay. Seems like Liam forgot about what happened between him and Chandler in the Facebook group. No. Yeah, it will be hard to pick. It will be hard to pick. That match will be probably a little crazy, and I'm so excited about it. Ben, do you have something else to add, or are we going to the next match?
I'd like to say that would be amazing.
That would be so awesome. Yes.
I said that weeks ago. I want that team. That'd be amazing.
Matt and I have been talking about that since we started Schmoe. We want this. This is our dream team. I think it would be even more impressive than Dan and Bateman personally, but yeah.
Might be, yeah. It's hard to say because I don't think like Danger Zone achieved their full potential yet.
Yeah.
Like I
think we would have to see how Parker handles a missed question, because we've seen how Chance handles it. He's fine, recovers well. Parker, we haven't seen if he can recover from that yet. So we'll just have to see if he can recover. If he misses one, can he recover and build himself back up so that he doesn't miss another one? That would be my only question there. But he went perfect. He's the other quadruple Videodrewberry. So, yeah, he was amazing. Maybe it was a quintuple Videodrewberry this week.
It was even more with Preston, and yeah. There's a lot of perfect rounds this week.
And now the one that I really, really don't want to talk about.
Yeah.
Can we skip it?
Yeah, go Liam, go.
So, Scar has killed Mufasa and Simba.
Yeah, I still cry every time I watch Lion King. So this hurt like twice because of the banner.
Yeah.
I
did not
really
put that one on, by the way.
So I really like Preston. So I feel bad that I become a villain because JTE won the match. But I'm so competitive.
You were a villain before that.
But because I care far too much about our prediction league, like it now becomes when I watch a match, like I start cheering like I'm watching a football match when the person I've picked has won, especially if I know other people have not picked that person. So there was so much riding on JT winning this for me because of what happened with Ace. And if he lost, I would have been 4 points behind our leader in the league, Teresa. So I needed him to win. And I love Preston. I think he's an amazing player, and I really like him as a person. And if I didn't pick JT for the league, my heart is with Preston. I wanted him to win. But I picked JTE because I just thought he was going to put it out of the bag. And he did. And I have to give him credit because I don't think he knew that 5-pointer. I think it was a stab in the dark, which was a really good logical guess. And he was able to put it out. He
pulled a Stacey Howard.
I think it was a really smart, educated guess. And I think there's other players in the league who would have just said, I don't know. And that's why I think it's really good just to take a punt. And it paid off. He has got lucky, I think, though, because the team of Goddard and Preston, he won the match the same way both times, in that the other person kind of played better, and then they missed the 5, and he hit his 5. And that's what's happened now in both matches. So, but, you know, his record is now 11-10, I think. So chances are he'll probably lose the next one because it seems to like match. So it'll be 11-11, then he'll go 12-11, 12-12. So whoever he plays next, I'm going to go for the other person just because I think he has a habit of the record to matching. So yeah, I will stop and let you take it away.
Okay, I will say.
Go on, Ben.
Ben, okay.
Yeah. I will say that all year round, whenever JTE played, I said he has only gotten the categories that he is strong in. I want to see him do well or play a category that he's not strong in. And to be fair to him, he did. He had Halle Berry. It had 2, I guess, action adventure questions, but he navigated it well. For a category he was kind of umming and ahhing about, he played it really well, which not really happy that happened on the match that I wanted. That has now got me 4 behind Matt, but I mean, what can you do? So yeah, I was really hoping that he would win, and this means that now the Minotaur Queens are 1 and 2 to the evil. The Minotaur Queens, myself and Teresa, are now 1 and 2 in predictions against you and Matt.
I didn't know what that team was.
I also didn't know that. Shouldn't I be able to speak up?
I put that in the group like long time ago.
Okay.
But yeah.
I forgot.
Me too. Me too.
I'm glad we were reminded about that. Yeah, this match hurt a lot. Especially since it happened to Ben and Paul, one after another, and I think both of them had the match in the back, and you just don't know your 5 sometimes. I think that happens to everyone. The part of the game that they were able to change the first round, the second round, they did it. They went they were better in the first round, they were better or even in the second round, and then the 5. And I think the 5 is about luck a lot, because I think what JTE said was much more guessable than what Paul, what Paul's question was, because you just picked from movies, not a thing that happens in a film, or I don't know if it was a character or something, but
I think the Scorsese question was. I could see how he could put it, because Scorsese doesn't do many films which ain't sort of.
When he said New York, I was like, oh, obviously, if it's called New York, it makes sense.
If it's about a dancer or something, whatever it was, it's not going to be one of his gangster films, is it? So what else could it?
It might still be a gangster movie, but
unlikely, yeah.
It's not, but it's not I'm not saying again that the 5s aren't even. I just might be able to get somewhere with that question and not anywhere with Paul's question. So it happens sometimes. Yeah. It's like we always say, it's subjective, and it just didn't go Preston's way, and it hurts because it's Preston more. Most of my players are not doing so well recently, people I really root for, and it happens every season. And even if they do well, like Bateman, they don't do well where I wanted the break for them. I really wanted Dan and Ben to get their break in teams, because that's where both of them needed, I think, the most. And they didn't. And Janine keeps playing amazingly, and it's not happening. And the same can be said about Paul and the Outsiders and Ben Goddard. And just there seems to be something unlucky about the Dan this year. I don't know what it is, because I think they do train. They're one of the factions that stand up for each other. If there's an interview of, I don't know, Peggy Gubbins, you always see Goddard in the chat, or some other, I think they are here for each other. They study together. I think they have great players. It's just not happening for anyone other than Harper. And I'm sad about it, because I love Kate Mulligan. And I'm sad about it because I really wanted this for Paul Preston, because I think he deserves it so much. He's a great player, and he's so funny. He's hilarious. So
the phone bit was good. That was pretty. That did make me chuckle.
Amazing.
And
I was watching. I watched it. I loved it.
watch-alongs up for this match if you want to check that out.
Yeah, if you want to see me heartbroken, you can.
Yeah, it's definitely
I
worth
weren't heartbroken the whole match.
That's true. That's true. Okay.
Shall we move on?
Yeah, let's move
Yeah.
on.
Did you watch FCL this week, Teresa?
Yeah. So we had 4 new players in the FCL this week, and we had debut of 2 people that I was like looking forward to seeing the most. We have Maxwell Haddad in the first match. He's a big part of the Schmoe community. He's a part of a PJCN network with like PJ Campbell and Sean Sullivan and other people. So he's very active, and I really like him in all of their shows. So I was excited for that. And his match was against Just Daggers, who I didn't know until today when I saw FCL. And the first round was a little streaky for Just Daggers. He got only 3 points. Maxwell went 9 for 9. But Daggers was perfect in his second round, and Maxwell missed, and Daggers got the steal. So it got much more interesting, and it was 15-12 going into the third round. But ultimately, Maxwell was able to pull the victory. So I'm very happy for him because I like him a lot. And then we had Chris Adams, the other part of Cine Fanatics. We saw 2 matches from his brother Robert Adams already, and he played again Elena Jordan. We saw her have 1 match in the Schmoe. She played in IG 5-way, I think. And she has just the best energy. She's like super hyper.
I love her puns.
Yes, yes. Watch her promo. She like makes a pun and then says, punished! And then has a little board where she has like punishment or punish or something, and she makes points for herself for her puns.
Nice.
And she did this throughout the match, so that was like a lot of fun. This was much more streakier. Like the first round was 6 for Chris, 3 for Elena, but like I said, she played in IG, so maybe she's not as strong in the singles. But then it got interesting. Perfect for both of them. Elena got spinner's choice and picked Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And then she picked it and started to be like, oh, maybe can I change it? And like, just her energy is, it's kind of chaotic, but I love it. So they both went perfect, and then went into the third round. She got her 2, her 3, and then it went to Chris, and Chris missed his 2 and 3. So he then got his 5 in his like last JTE, and it went to Elena, and she didn't answer her 5. But it was like a crazy match.
Yeah,
like
it's
the
very
whole time
topsy-turvy.
you thought Chris had it, but then he didn't. Meanwhile, Brett's internet went out, so he wasn't there for the third round, and it was chaotic, and I loved it. So that's FCL.
Leo said as well.
Yeah, it was like then PLD joined, so Steph isn't there alone. I love live stuff. I love it.
And,
you see everything happen.
Yeah, and the graphics, as I keep saying on FCL, as they're live, is unreal. I think it's
like
so good.
In any other show, it might go wrong, but they were prepared. Steph just went into it alone. Then PLD joined, and he helped her like navigate when Brett wasn't there. So it was like, nothing bad happened because he wasn't there. Steph is the one we need to see there.
And we should mention as well.
Bad internet bug going wrong.
It's going around from Koi to Gucci to Brett.
Yeah. I was saying Nick Harley got picked up, didn't he?
Yes,
by Stars.
He did.
Yes,
he did. We wanted to talk about this.
I just saw on Twitter now. Apparently, Brad has announced that he will be playing in the title match, even though he was picked up.
Okay.
That makes sense. I think if he's earned it, he deserves to have a go, doesn't he? So yeah, cool.
Yeah, I like it. I like that Roxy picked someone. I was a little bit worried about it, like when I found out, but then I had a few hours to think about it. I do trust that Roxy knows what she's doing, and I think like because he's a series freak, and the same can be said about her, they might vibe about that, about the TV shows and stuff. And he played quite well, so I hope she knows what she's doing, and I hope he will be awesome. And we need like another character, another heel in the Schmoedown, so that's great.
We do. Especially with Janine being so face this year.
Yeah.
Well, we can start touch on these. There was one or two, but not much happening in the way of this. It seems like Grace really wants a civil war between one of the factions, and now she's going after poor corruption.
Oh, it seems to me that she's always going after corruption. Like,
true.
I wonder if Mike. I wonder if they're trying to set something up for Mike retiring.
Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know. Maybe I just
don't think he'll retire.
Possibly.
Well, I think it depends. If he like gets the IG belt, he will like got it. Like if he keeps the IG belt, maybe gets the teams win. Like I don't think you want to retire when you're like winning everything. But
I think that might be the perfect time though. I think he wanted to prove to everyone that he deserves to be on Rushmore, and I think if he defends,
it's like
and
Sam
gets
Levine.
Teams, exactly. Retire when you're ahead. I think if he gets the team's belt back, I think he deserves that spot. To be honest,
yeah, I just don't think
I think if he defends
will
IG,
do
he
it.
deserves
I think
that
he
spot.
loves the game too much. He said like last year was about him finding it again, finding the love of the game, and if he found it, why would he? I think he wouldn't be able to do it. I don't think I don't think he. No,
I would love to see him go against Shannon just for storyline. I think it'd be amazing to see that play out. I don't think it's going to happen, but it'd be really interesting to see that dynamic.
Yeah, I just don't want to make them like they live in a same apartment. It's not that big. Like I'm thinking about logical stuff. I know that's not like about what we want to see, but I'm just like, it would be so difficult for them. Why make it so difficult for them? And I love that they are together. Like I can't. Okay, Ben.
If you can separate the character from the actual person, then maybe they can do it.
Yeah, I just don't know if it would work out.
I think she would. I think she'd be up for it. I think Shannon would love
maybe.
that. She loves it. She loves being a villain.
I mean, she's able to separate it with Roxy.
That's true. Yeah,
they actually good friends behind the scenes.
I don't think they can't do it. I just wonder why they would. Like, would it be even good for their faction? Because Mike is the one getting the points now.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, I know that Collins and Chance are probably the people that you think that would be number one. But now Mike is the one getting those points. And
well, to be honest, like if they had the free same as last year that you can keep free, I would pick right now Chance, Mike, and Marisol. Personally,
I don't know.
Yeah,
Chance, Mike, and Marisol. Okay.
Like Marisol is in contention at the moment for the singles belt. I think she's got a very good chance of getting there. I think she'll beat Kevin Smith.
Yeah, but you can't give Adam Collins.
No, I know, but
like,
if you only had three,
you have your points.
Like who?
Well, it does bring up a question that I wanted to ask a couple of weeks ago, but we went over time, so I didn't get a chance. If they do that next year or this year, that whoever wins gets to pick their three. Which faction do you think will have the hardest time picking their three?
I think Dungeon and Finstock Exchange and Corruption.
Yes.
That's I can't give you one answer. I think all three of them would struggle.
Exactly. Because like
I would have chosen Finstock, but yeah.
I think Finstock maybe, but we still don't know how most of his players play in like matches against the top dogs. So
Corruption has
I don't
4
know
players.
if he like
That's
needs
the
to keep Redis. I think he would be able to pick him up, because if you think about it, all of the factions have like 3 people they really want to keep right now. So will they be poaching other players even? Like I don't know, and I don't know if we're still keeping 3 next year. I would like some like a little bit more consistency.
The dungeon, I think,
at least give me 4.
Because you got Bateman, Murrell, Mara, Parker.
Yeah. But
how do you drop one of them?
Yeah, but you have Marisol, Adam, Mike, and Chance.
I know.
How do you drop one of them?
I know.
It's crazy. Between those 2, yeah, to be fair. Because both of them, you can go either way and say, like, who do you think? Yeah.
I hope they increase it to 4. I think 4 is fair.
Me too. Yes, please. Yeah. I wanted that for this year, but I want it even more for next year.
Because you're still gonna have to lose great players, but like I think 4 is a fair amount.
Yeah, I do think yes, Dungeon, Corruption, and Finstock Exchange. It depends. Like if Griffin Newman plays great and he will go to title contention, and maybe the same happens to Ty Lieberman. Yeah, then who are you keeping? Like I don't know, but I think
who do you think Swag would keep?
So Thomas makes a good point.
Ace, Chandru, and Paul.
If Smets comes back,
yes,
is a dungeon, and like he has to go on dungeon regularly, doesn't he? Like, and then you have I will say,
if 3 of the best IG players. What are you doing?
I don't think the league. I don't think it's good for the players, because I don't think they'll be able to play. You know what I mean? Like, I think you'd have to let one go. But oh my god!
But who?
They'll probably let go of Mara.
I really hope.
But if you're keeping Dan, can you go like? Wow, I just don't know. God. Yeah, I don't know.
Well, we got a while yet.
Yeah, and I don't know if Kevin will for sure come back next year. I think he might give it another year to like recover more. Maybe not. We'll see.
Yeah, I mean, fingers crossed.
Touch on something.
His help is great, and he can. Yeah. But obviously, like we respect whatever he needs to do. I miss him because he was such a good actor. And I can't see him without Kaiser. Like him and Kaiser are just a duo.
If he's coming back, I don't even think he would want to. I don't think Kaiser would he would cut a person. I don't think he would let anyone else have Kevin. He's like such a huge part of the dungeon even now. I think everyone is playing for Kevin.
Well, I mean, he always demands to see Kevin after the victories.
Yes. Well, okay.
Oh, that's just for throwing a spanner in the works. Thomas putting that up there. I'm like, oh my god, if he does come back next year, who the hell are they gonna drop?
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah.
We'll see. Maybe there will be like more drama between. I do think that like Mara could play on the Mercs and be like honorary dungeon player.
See, I just think Mara and Mara will stay together. I think they could maybe both move, but I don't think.
Yeah, but
then they're going to be apart now.
Yeah, but okay, that's a lot.
Yeah, that's shall we just go to predictions?
Yeah, let's go. we just don't know anything.
Let's switch to predictions. Let's pull this up. Liam, can you get rid of that? Because I have to give a bit of heartbreak quickly.
Oh, yes. Let me remove the banner so we can see it.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is heartbreaking, but yes. Liam is now 39, Teresa 41, 2 behind. Matt is 1 behind you, Liam. And then I'm way, way, way in the back.
The thing that scares me the most isn't how close Liam is, but it's how close Matt is. Like,
because of Matt's punishment.
Yes. Come on, guys, come on.
And also because, like,
I don't want to watch Avatar, please.
Yeah, I just and I'm scared of how he will act if he wins. Like, you know, like will we hear more?
He'll be worse than you two
music
put together.
Do we have Matt's predictions? Does someone have them?
I don't have it. You'll have to put it in the comments.
It's 3 matches, I think.
It's fine. He can let us know later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I Thomas said all of the cutscenes where all the people were in the same place. Yeah, yes. It makes me feel so good to see them all together again. Like, that's awesome. And I love, like, in Parker's promo, Dan and Mara in the car was awesome. And like,
I really
when we
liked
saw
Ethan
Kevin, it's
as well,
just
and Oyama, like in that
Mm.
spot.
That was
that
awesome.
was nice. That was nice to see. Because Ethan's like really busy as well. So the fact he had time to do that, I just like I appreciate it.
I wanted to talk about it because that was so awesome. Like in the Oyama, that was I really enjoyed that.
I respect Ethan because like you can tell he's a really busy man, but he puts a lot of time into Schmoe. Like he doesn't just like turn up.
Yeah, like
and whatever. He does the promos. He's like he really puts his heart into it, and I love that about Ethan because he could easily not.
Yeah, and it was obvious that they got to spend some time together. Like they were like even more friendly than ever towards one another, and they were just vibing, and they were like, "Oh, we talked about this yesterday together." And the one thing is like, obviously on vacation in Hawaii, the internet connection isn't so good, so sometimes I had trouble hearing everything Ethan said. But I'm glad they still like taped it and were able to do all of the stuff. Like I didn't when Paul was up there, I was like, who is up there with him? Like who had the and then when it was Ethan, I was so surprised. I really didn't expect that. So it was awesome.
Yeah, it was really cool. Really cool. Okay, shall we do some predictions? We'll do it as we did last week and just shout it, So the first match, we've done the first match because it's the gold leader because we had that from last week. So we'll go to the second match, which is Clee Wiggins, Sabrina Ramirez.
Okay, give me a sec, because
interesting one.
We can do it like the POV.
This one's tough. This one's really, really tough.
You don't have to say it at the same time. We can just go through. Like Liam, start.
Teresa.
Who are you? Okay, I'm going to start. I'm picking Sabrina because I'm risking it all on my girl Sabrina. I love her, and I do think Mercs are very cooperative, like faction. I do think they study a lot. I do think they're like tight unit. So I hope the first match Sabrina had was just a fluke, and I hope she does much better. I do think Clee will be a tough opponent, and but I hope it goes well for Sabrina. That's it. I think it will be so close. Either one of them can win it, and I thought everyone is going to go with Clee, so I will pick Sabrina.
I'm going with Clee.
Oh my god, really? I'm so surprised.
Yes, I am. I haven't seen too much of Clee. I watched the Black Cinema exhibition match, which I believe she won.
Did really well.
And I really loved her personality, actually. I just thought she was a great bundle of energy, and I don't think she was able to show what she can do last year because her first match was against the Barbarian, and
yes, and also I don't think she was supposed to play that day.
Yeah, but apparently it's like a last-minute thing, and someone.
Sorry, Thomas. The reason why we said 3 matches is because we're not predicting the finals until we know who is in the finals.
Yeah, and we predicted for the Zach match.
Yeah, we predicted the others. Yeah.
So I think Sabrina will play better than she showed in her match last year. I fully expected her to improve, and I think I agree with what you said. I think her faction are probably helping her. But I just think Clee is gonna.
She was great in the Black Cinema exhibition match. She was awesome. And
I don't think it was fair to judge her on that match against Barbarian because like Barbarian was perfect, and it seems like she was like roped in last minute. So, I want to see her have like a proper shot, and I think Sabrina's a really good start. Like it's a good pairing to put them two together. I think it's a fair matchup. And could go either way, but I just think Clee will take it.
Ben.
So I've been going back and forth, but I'll go with my instinct, and I'm going to go with Sabrina.
No, dude, don't.
I have a feeling Matt's going to pick Klee, so it might be similar to the JT.
I had a feeling that Matt would go with Klee, and that would make me go with Sabrina, and that would make me go with Klee. But since he's not here, I don't really know how to put it, so I'm just going to go with my instinct and say Sabrina. She was, when I heard that match, that was the first thing that I thought would happen. I thought she would win. Sorry, Teresa. History shows that I'm the worst person to be teamed with.
No, it's just when I go at it alone, I usually win. When I go with someone, it's not that good.
I mean, you and Liam are like 100% if you guys team up, which is scary, but yeah.
Yeah, that's why we don't do it often.
Well, we got
I think it's one of the matches where I actually don't really care who wins. I think it will be entertaining either way. I just want both of them to have a good match. Both of them to like show that the first match wasn't how they play and have a better match for them. So
it's quite interesting because I don't know if Matt's going to pick Klee, but I think he will. And if he does, we're split 3-3 because Leo's gone Sabrina and Thomas has gone Klee. So it is. I think it shows. I thought it would be more swaying towards Klee, to be honest. So but it's nice that it's a mix.
It's like Sabrina does a lot of stuff with movies. Like I just I think it evens out, and it's one of those you can't judge from the first match, and we don't know anything else like about how they play. So
this is like the next match as well.
50-50.
It's difficult to pick.
Okay, next match. Doug Benson, Chris Van Vliet.
Chris Van Vliet.
All right, I'll start. I'm gonna go Doug Benson. It's a tough pick because I don't know. I know barely anything about Chris. I follow Doug's podcast sometimes, and I really enjoy his show that he does. It's really fun. He obviously has a great knowledge of movies. That game they play, I've stole, where they give you just say an actor's name, like say Tom Hanks, and you just have to keep going, like listing movies. It's so fun.
What's it called? I know Bateman also said like he played it as a child in the car.
I don't know the name. But like
I like it also. Yeah.
I found his show through Clark because Clark's been on it a few times, and then I just like got a bit hooked, and I really like Doug. I think he's a great addition to the league. It's hard. I'm just going on heart. I don't know anything about Chris. The thing that's making me a bit doubtful is the flick pick, and I know but because Dungeon picked him up, I wonder if he might be similar. I don't know. It's not really a fair comparison, but the way flick pick played worries me about Chris a little bit because he's a lower pick. So I went Doug.
Yeah, same. And very similar reasoning. I like Doug Benson. I haven't seen his shows like in some time, but I think I found him for Screen Junkies, maybe. I think he did some stuff with them. And he's really knowledgeable. He's very funny. I think he's perfect showdown, like you said. And I was very excited when he was picked up last year. And then he didn't play a match. And I was sad about it. And I was like, well, he played a match this year. So he is playing. I'm very excited. I looked Chris Van Vliet. And I saw some of his stuff. And he seems like a cool person. But I really don't know anything about his knowledge. And again, the same thing like with the flick pick. I agree. I don't know if it will be the same. Maybe it will be completely different. But based on what we know, I have to go with Doug. So yeah, Ben.
Okay. So Chris Van Vliet is on the Dungeon, right?
Yeah.
Yes. He's the last pick.
I'm going with him. I know. And I'm going with him because, well, I like Chris Van Vliet. I like some of his wrestling interviews. I like I also did a bit of research. I think that from what I could see, Chris Van Fleet knows his stuff, and they've both acted in movies, so they both have that going for them. The nice thing, though, is that now I'm a lone wolf, so yay.
well, we don't know because we don't know. Matt might pick him.
True, but for now, I'm a lone wolf. So we'll see. Also, I think Chris, from what I saw in his interviews, he does a lot of research, and I think he'll do the same for the Schmoe Down. He seems to, whatever he does, put in an effort. So
yeah, will he be more like a flick pick or more like George Horowitz? That's the question.
I think it'll be somewhere in between.
and I don't want to, like, we talked about it. I don't know, like, maybe Flick Pick's next match will be great. It just, like, we don't know if he will even know the rules and stuff.
I don't think he'll get another match, to be honest.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe.
I don't think he will.
But then I'm like, why didn't Dungeon drop him if he won't get another match?
Well, is there time?
Well, they had time after his first match in the first free agency signing. I don't know. Maybe, yeah. They. I don't think they were up yet in this free agency period or whatever it's called. So we'll see. Maybe they will. Okay.
Maybe
you might be right.
And okay, so next one, we're not going to do the tournament because we don't know who it's going to be yet.
Yeah, but I'm going for Harper. Okay.
Oh, are you?
No, I don't know.
I will say,
like Gold Leader or Zeg will play the best match ever, and then.
I actually think I know I'm going to pick, and I think I'm going to pick Gold Leader if he wins. I don't know who's going to win that match, but obviously, apparently it's Foil. I don't know who won. I don't know if you guys know who won.
No.
But,
no, I don't. I know there was.
We discussed it while you were gone. The only person that knows on this stream so far is Thomas. So.
Okay, don't tell us, Thomas. I don't want to know, but I think. Okay, no. I'm just saying, if Gold Leader wins, I think I'm going to go him. Actually, okay, I'm going to call it now. I'm going to predict it. Whoever wins out of Gold Leader and Zach, I'm going to pick them. I'm putting it in. I'm locking it.
Okay.
I'm the opposite of you. I'm going with Hopper. Whoever he faces, I'm picking Hopper. Sorry.
Yeah, me too. I'm just kidding. Even if Gold Leader went perfect, I would probably still go with Harper. I think I'm decided.
Okay. But the undercard is Chandru Parker.
Yes.
Thomas is going with Hopper too.
Yeah, I'm picking Parker. I do, but I'm not, like, when we talked about it somewhere with you guys, I was so surprised that everyone else also went Parker, because I'm going with Parker because I like him more, like in the game, because Chandru is an annoying character and Parker isn't. So I'm picking Parker, but that's my only reasoning. I actually think like Chandru might go perfect in Parker's matches he had like this year too. Like you said, Liam, it's because he's playing the championship matches, 5 rounds, harder questions, always a little bit harder. So I think Chandru might get it. And I'm also scared of Parker repeating again and again how he's perfect and how he wants to be perfect. And like, I don't think that's the thing to focus on. I think you should focus on winning no matter what. So I'm going with Parker, but I was surprised that everyone else also like seemed to be inclined that way. But like you said, maybe it's recency bias because Chandru didn't win this year yet. We haven't seen him in a while. And maybe it will be like Parker going perfect, but I just don't think it will happen.
I kept quiet during that segment because I do think it's recency bias, and I am worried about Parker and his perfect. We saw Brandon Hanna last year go on and on and on about his stats and how he's 80%, he's 80%, and then when he wasn't 80%, he went downhill fast. Thankfully, Roxy was able to tell him, listen, numbers don't matter. We don't care about that. I don't know that Parker has the same management on his side that Brandon Hanna does now. I know that John Finstock is really good. He's an awesome manager, but I don't think he is to the extent that Roxy is. So,
well, the thing is, with other players, he keeps saying we are winning no matter what. It's not about the points. So I think it's actually that it's individual with each player. He has different stuff, and that's exactly how Roxy has it. So I kind of like it.
Yeah.
And maybe. Yeah.
But personally, I'm going with Chandru because it's it's not a hard pick. I know it's very off-brand, but it's a strategy pick, and I think Chandru he has that magic that I think he's going to get there, and
Swag needs it.
Yeah, exactly, and I think it's like Thomas said. I want Chandru to get there so that Mike can kick his butt all over the place. So, yeah.
I was really confident in my pick, and I'm just having a think. I am gonna go Parker. I'm gonna go Parker because I've it's my head, but it's not as clear cut as it was earlier. I think our discussion is making me think. I think Chandru might actually do it, and it hurts me to not go for Chandru after he said about his big belt energy to me once, and replied to one of my Facebook messages. So he hasn't got the belt at the moment, so he hasn't got that big belt energy. So I'm going to go Parker. Maybe it's recency bias. I wouldn't be shocked if Chandru does it at all. I think it's possible. And I do worry, like you said, if Parker misses, I don't know how that's going to affect him. I have a feeling the question level may be a little harder because it's a number one contender. And I do think both players will miss at least once. But I still think Parker will take it.
Yeah, and it's also I do trust Kaiser. I think if Parker is in his head, he will get him out. So I just think it will be much closer. When he said it like this, I agree completely. Before, when it was Parker is going perfect, so I'm going Parker.
Our discussion earlier has made me rethink it, but I still think he's going to do it. I just think it will be a lot closer.
It will be close, yeah.
And I do think I'm going to say now, I don't think he'll go perfect. I think he's going to miss.
Mm-hmm.
It's 3 rounds.
I think,
miss. Thomas, because it's number one. It's not title, so it's
3 rounds.
Yeah. It's 3.
There's also a reason to stick with Parker, I think.
Yeah. True,
I think 5-rounder might be more favorable for Chandru because he has the experience.
Done it. Yeah. So that's it for predictions. Obviously, the Star Wars tournament we'll do in our watch along probably. Although I've already said who I'm going for.
Yeah. As of I.
We all did.
Yeah. Next week will be. I think there's a really interesting one, a couple ones, and I think we may have some difference again. But yeah, we'll see. I guess that's it. Oh no, we have. I've got something to do, haven't I? Because it's my turn.
Unfortunately, yeah.
I think this is the last punishment we have.
Yes.
It is mine for Ben. Okay, so I'll give you this, and then we'll wrap it up. So Ben, hi Ben.
Hello.
So if I win, which I still think is going to happen, what I'd like to see next year is a bit more of our trusted friend of the Euroschmoe, Benico. And what I want is 15 minutes of every show to be Benico.
I love it.
Okay.
Okay. I'm going to say 10 minutes, maybe 15 is a bit much, but 10 minutes off every show, if I win, needs to be Beneco. Okay? So, not just when Roka plays. I'm talking every single week. So get that mask ready. Okay, so that's your punishment. Okay, I can't wait.
I still don't know who's worse at this point.
So
I'm just going to highlight, yes.
Yeah.
And he said it in my language. Yeah. Thank you, Thomas. Thank you. I'm so looking forward to Ladies Appreciation Night at POV. It will be awesome. Yeah. I probably won't be able to see it live, but everyone go support them. There will be so many stuff happening. So everyone should see that. Yeah.
And thanks for
thank you, Thomas.
Do you want me to read it for you, Teresa?
Yes, please do.
Tonight is Ladies Appreciation Night over at POV. Teresa, my Sims is at Shagclash. And on that...
It's myslím si, že jsi skvělá.
Yeah, that's exactly what I said. That's exactly what I said.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no, thank you, Thomas. I apologise to all the people I just offended, but Teresa likes
it's only me.
Teresa likes it when I speak Czech.
Yes.
On that note, I think we'll call it. So thank you guys. All our links are in the thing, and we'll see you. Bye. See you next week. Bye.
Bye.
Let's get the outro going.
Bye.